शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मत्श्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ज्ञानिनामपि चेतांसि देवी भगवती हि सा बलादाकृष्य मोहाय महामाया प्रयच्छति दुर्गे स्मृता हरसि भीतिमशेषजन्तो स्वस्तैः स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभां ददासि दारिद्र्यदुःखभयहारिणि का त्वदन्या सर्वोपकारकरणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्तपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलान् भीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानां न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताह्याश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरि एवमेव त्वया कार्यमस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम् ॐ Welcome back, everyone. Hope you all had a good Navratri. I know the folks in Chicago, I know I saw you all in multiple Parayanams. Glad you all took time to do that. And the rest of you, hope you practiced at home. Anyway, so we'll get started with 91. You know, I don't want to do a review today in the interest of time. So I think we stopped at 90. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start from 91. Let me see what. So Vidya, you can be a student, and Ritiji, you can be a student. 91. Nirgamya darshane tasthau brahmano vyakta. That's one word. Brahmano vyakta janmanah uttasthau cha jagannatah. Put is jagannathas taya mukto janardanah. Nirgamya darshane tasthau brahmano vyakta janmanah उत्तस्तौ च जगन्नाथस्तया मुक्तो जनार्दनः
निर्गम्य दर्शने तस्थौ ब्रह्मणो व्यक्तजन्मनः उत्तस्थौ च जगन्नाथस्तया मुक्तो जनार्दनः निर्गम्य दर्शने तस्थौ ब्रह्मणो व्यक्तजन्मनः उत्तस्थौ च जगन्नाथस्तया मुक्तो जनार्दनः
निर्गम्य दर्शने तस्थौ ब्रह्मणो व्यक्तजन्मनः उत्तस्थौ च जगन्नाथस्तया मुक्तो जनार्दनः निर्गम्य दर्शने तस्थौ ब्रह्मणो व्यक्तजन्मनः उत्तस्थौ च जगन्नाथस्तया मुक्तो जनार्दनः
Ekarnave Hishayanat. That S symbol is coming, so we'll say the whole word together. Ekarnave Hishayanat it tataha. Put a is tatas sa dadrishe chatau madhu kaitabhau duratmanavati. That's one word. Duratmanavati virya parakramau. एकार्णवे हि शयना ततः सददृशे चतौ मधुकैटभौ दुरात्मानावति वीर्यपराक्रमौ
एकार्णवे हि शयनात् ततस्तदृशे च तौ मधुकैटभौ दुरात्मानावति वीर्यपराक्रमौ एकार्णवे हि शयनात् ततस्तदृशे च तौ मधुकैटभौ दुरात्मानावति वीर्यपराक्रमौ.
First line tatas sa dadrishe chatau
ततः स ददृशे च तौ
एकार्णवे हि शयनात् ततः सददृशे च तौ मधुकैटभौ दुरात्मानावति वीर्यपराक्रमौ एकार्णवे हि शयनात् ततः सददृशे च तौ मधुकैटभौ दुरात्मानावति वीर्यपराक्रमौ
क्रोध रक्ते क्षणा वत्तुं ब्रह्माणं जनितोद्यमौ समुत्थाय ततस्ताभ्यां युयुधे भगवान् हरिः क्रोधरक्ते क्षणावत्तुं ब्रह्माणं जनितोद्यमौ समुत्थाय ततस्ताभ्यां युयुधे भगवान् हरिः।
क्रोधरक्ते क्षणावत्तुं ब्रह्मणां जनितोद्यमौ समुत्थाय ततस्ताभ्यां युयुधे भगवान् हरिः।
ब्रह्माणं, first line.
ब्रह्माणं, right?
Yeah.
Okay. क्रोधरक्ते क्षणावत्तुं ब्रह्माणं जनितोद्यमौ समुत्थाय ततस्ताभ्यां युयुधे भगवान् हरिः।
क्रोधरक्ते क्षणावक्तुं ब्रह्माणं जनितोद्यमौ समुत्थाय ततस्ताभ्यां युयुधे भगवान् हरिः। क्रोधरक्ते क्षणावन्तुं क्रोधरक्ते क्षणावक्तुं ब्रह्माणं जनितोद्यमौ समुत्थाय ततस्ताभ्यां युयुधे भगवान् हरिः।
पञ्चवर्ष सहस्राणि बाहुप्रहरणो विभुः तावप्यति बलोन्मत्तौ मया महामाया विमोहितौ उक्तवन्तौ वरोस्मत्तो, one word, वरोस्मत्तो ब्रियतामिति केशवम्। पञ्चवर्षसहस्राणि बाहुप्रहरणो विभुः तावप्यति बलोन्मत्तौ महामाया विमोहितौ।
पञ्चवर्षसहस्राणि बाहुप्रहरणो विभुः तावप्यति बलोन्मत्तौ महामाया विमोहितौ। पञ्चवर्षसहस्राणि बाहुप्रहरणो विभुः तावप्यति बलोन्मत्तौ महामाया विमोहितौ।
Mute, Pratiji.
Okay. पञ्चवर्षसहस्राणि बाहुप्रहरणो विभुः तावप्यति बलोन्मत्तौ महामाया विमोहितौ। पञ्चवर्षसहस्राणि बाहुप्रहरणो विभुः तावप्यति बलोन्मत्तौ महामाया विमोहितौ।
Sorry, oh, the uktavantau, you didn't say that, right?
उक्तवन्तौ वरोस्मत्तो व्रियतामिति केशवम्। उक्तवन्तौ वरोस्मत्तो व्रियतामिति केशवम्।
उक्तवन्तौ वरोस्मत्तो व्रियतामिति केशवम्। उक्तवन्तौ वरोस्मत्तो व्रियतामिति केशवम्।
श्री भगवानुवाच भवेतामद्य मे तुष्टौ मम वध्यावुभावपि किमन्येन वरेणात्र एतावद्धि वृतं मम। श्री भगवानुवाच भवेतामद्य मे तुष्टौ मम वध्यावुभावपि किमन्येन वरेणात्र एतावद्धि वृतं मम।
श्री भगवानुवाच भवेतामद्य मे तुष्टौ मधुवध्यावुभावपि किमन्येन वरेणात्र एतद्वद्धि वृतं मम। श्री भगवानुवाच भवेतामद्य मे तुष्टौ मम वध्यावुभावपि किमन्येन वरेणात्र एतवद्धि वृतं मम। एतावद्धि।
श्रीभगवानुवाच भवेतामद्य मे तुष्टौ मम वध्यावुभावपि किमन्येन वरेणात्र एतावद्धि वृतं मम। भवेतामद्य मे तुष्टौ मम वध्यावुभावपि किमन्येन वरेणात्र एतावद्धि वृतं मम।
ऋषिरुवाच वञ्चिताभ्याम् इति तदा सर्वमापोमयं जगत्। Yeah, we'll just do those. ऋषिरुवाच वञ्चिताभ्याम् इति तदा सर्वमापोमयं जगत्।
ऋषिरुवाच वञ्चिताभ्यमिति तदा सर्वमापोमयं जगत्। ऋषिरुवाच वञ्चिताभ्यमिति तदा सर्वमापोमयं जगत्।
That word vanchitabhyam asam. Vanchitabhyam iti
वञ्चिताभ्यामिति
Yeah.
ऋषिरुवाच वञ्चिताभ्यामिति तदा सर्वमापोमयं जगत् वञ्चिताभ्यामिति तदा सर्वमापोमयं जगत्
विलोक्य ताभ्यां गदितो भगवान् कमलेक्षणः आवां जहि न यत्रोर्वी सलिलेन परिप्लुता विलोक्यताभ्यां गदितो भगवान् कमलेक्षणः आवां जहि न यत्रोर्वी सलिलेन परिप्लुता
विलोक्यताभ्यां गदितो भगवान् कमलेक्षणः आवां जहि न यत्रोर्वी सलिलेन परिप्लुता विलोक्यताभ्यां गदितो भगवान् कमलेक्षणः आवां जहि न यत्रोर्वी सलिलेन परिप्लुता
विलोक्यताभ्यां गदितो भगवान् कमलेक्षणः आवां जहि न यत्रोर्वी सलिलेन परिप्लुता विलोक्यताभ्यां गदितो भगवान् कमलेक्षणः आवां जहि न यत्रोर्वी सलिलेन परिप्लुता
ऋषिरुवाच ततेत्युक्त्वा भगवता शङ्ख चक्र गदाभृता कृत्वा चक्रेण वैच्छिन्ने जगने शिरसि तयोः ऋषिरुवाच ततेत्युक्त्वा भगवता शङ्खचक्रगदाभृता कृत्वा चक्रेण वैच्छिन्ने जगने शिरसि तयोः
ऋषिरुवाच तथेत्युक्ता भगवता शङ्खचक्रगदाभृता कृत्वा चक्रेण वैच्छिन्ने जघने शिरसि तयोः
तथेत्युक्त्वा फर्स्ट लाइन वा साउंड
तथेत्युक्त्वा ऋषिरुवाच तथेत्युक्त्वा भगवता शङ्खचक्रगदाभृता कृत्वा चक्रेण वैच्छिन्ने जघने शिरसि तयोः
ऋषिरुवाच तथेत्युक्त्वा भगवता शङ्खचक्रगदाभृता कृत्वा चक्रेण वैच्छिन्ने जघने शिरसि तयोः तथेत्युक्त्वा भगवता शङ्खचक्रगदाभृता कृत्वा चक्रेण वैच्छिन्ने जघने शिरसि तयोः
एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्या देव्यास्तु भूयः भूयः शृणु वदामि ते ऐं ओम. So when the first chapter began, it said Om Aim Rishiruvacha, right? It started the Savarno Surya Tanayo. So the first chapter, the Bija mantra is Aim. Next chapters 2, 3, and 4, the Bija mantra is Hreem. Then 5 to 13 is Kleem, right? So when we are doing a homam, we put that Bija mantra in front of every stanza which is there in this chapter. So here it will be like, I'm just giving you one example. It will be like Aim Eva Mesha Samutpanna Brahmana Samsuta Swayam. So we put the Bija mantra in front of every stanza when you're doing it, because that is that mantra associated with the chapter. That's why it's there at the bookends of this chapter here. एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्या देव्यास्तु भूयः शृणु वदामि ते ऐं ओम.
एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्य देव्यास्तु भूयः शृणु वदामि ते ऐं ओम. एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्य देव्यास्तु भूयः शृणु ददामि ते ऐं ओम.
शृणु वदामि ते.
शृणु वदामि ते.
एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्य देव्यास्तु भूयः शृणु वदामि ते एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्य देव्यास्तु भूयः शृणु वदामि ते ऐं ओम.
So I think just quickly wrap up the meaning of the first chapter before we go to the last thing there. So we saw in the last one about, where the sage was, Sumedas was talking about the various where all Mahamaya has come and helped out. So he first talked about this Madhu and Kaitaba, which is desire and passion, right? Which was coming up from the earwax of Vishnu. And then it was kind of troubling Brahma because it was the new day of Brahma. Brahma wanted to create, but then he was getting impacted with this desire and passion which was there, which was preventing him from moving forward, right? Which we all have. It prevents us from progressing spiritually. So at that time, because Bhagavan Vishnu was in Yoga Nidra, so at that time, Brahma does a stuti to Devi to say, you please come, wake up this Bhagavan from this Yoga Nidra so he can help me out, right? So that the day can begin, creation can progress. So at that time, Bhagavan Vishnu then wakes up. Then when he wakes up, then he battles Madhu and Kaitaba, right? Of course, Madhu and Kaitaba are nothing compared to what Vishnu can. But I think the context here is being, when you have this desire and passion, which is troubling you from progressing spiritually, then this combination of Mahamaya and Vishnu will come and eradicate those two demons of desire and passion. And the story wise, it goes where it says that they fight for a while, and then Vishnu goes and tells them, that what boons do you guys want? Madhu and Kaitaba, what do you want? So they're like saying, we are Madhu and Kaitaba, who are you to give us a boon? We will give you a boon. So why don't you, Vishnu, Narayana, ask me for a boon? So Narayana says, of course, the boon I want is you both have to die. So, and then they said they have to then offer that boon. So it says, because of this Mahamaya, this Madhu and Kaitaba are tricked into surrendering to Vishnu. So that's why it's the greatness of this Mahamaya, because of which Vishnu was able to get rid of this desire and passion. So with that, this chapter comes to an end, which is like the one, like I said, this is all going to be the various ways Devi is going to help out. This is one way how she got rid of Madhu and Kaitaba. And then the sage Sumedha says, this is one example. Let me tell you more examples. And that's how this chapter comes to an end. Satya Santu Yajamanasya Kamaha Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivayai Satatam Namaha. Namaha, put a F, Namah Prakrutyai Bhadrayai Niyataha, put a F, Niyataf Pranataha, put a Is, Pranatas Sma Tam. Satya Santu Yajamanasya Kamaha Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivayai Satatam Namaha. Namah Prakrutyai Bhadrayai Niyataf Pranatas Smatam.
सत्या सन्तु यजमानस्य कामाः नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियताः प्रणताः स्मताम् सत्या सन्तु यजमानस्य कामाः नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियताः प्रणताः स्मताम्
Satya Santu Yajamanasya Kamaha Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivayai Satatam Namaha Namah Prakrutyai Bhadrayai Niyataf Pranatasmatam Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivayai Satatam Namaha Namah Prakrutyai Bhadrayai Niyataf Pranatasmatam
Sangayai, Sayudhayai, Saparivaraye, Sarvatmikayai, Vagbhava, Bhijadishtatriyai, Bija Adishtatri, so Bhijadishtatri, Shri Mahakalyai Namaha. Sangayai, Sayudhayai, Saparivaraye, Sarvatmikayai, Vagbhava Bijadishtatri Shri Mahakalye Namaha.
सांघायै सायुधायै सपरिवारयै सर्वात्मिकायै वाग्भव बीजाधिष्ठात्रै श्री महाकाल्यै नमः
Saparivaraye.
सपरिवारायै सांघायै सायुधायै सपरिवारायै सर्वात्मिकायै वाग्भव बीजाधिष्ठात्रै श्री महाकाल्यै नमः
I have a quick question, Rajeshri. Is it Bija Dishthatri or Tatri? Is it small ta or big ta?
Tha. Second tha.
Second tha. Okay, thank you.
साङ्खायै सायुधायै सपरिवारायै सर्वात्मिकायै वाग्भवबीजाधिष्ठात्र्यै महाकाल्यै नमः साङ्खायै सायुधायै सपरिवारायै सर्वात्मिकायै वाग्भवबीजाधिष्ठात्र्यै महाकाल्यै नमः.
Okay, we'll go to chapter 2. So chapter 2 is the Madhyama Charitram, which is the second, the middle portion of it. Because like I said, the whole thing is divided into 3. Chapter 1, chapters 2, 3, and 4, 5 to 13, right? So this is the Madhyama Charitram, second chapter in there. So it's Mahishasura Sainya Vadaha. So getting rid of the armies of Mahishasura. So this will start with Om Hreem, right? Like I said, the Aim is the first chapter. Hreem, beginning of the second chapter, it will close with Hreem Om at the end of the fourth chapter. So let me just quickly just say up to a particular stanza, that way you get the context of what's going on. So this is like a completely new story. Okay. So in the previous one, Sumedh has talked about how with Devi's assistance, Vishnu was able to get rid of it. He says, let me tell you more things about this greatness of Mahamaya. And this is long time back. Like we said, this whole thing is being explained during the second Manu's time. So at that time, he's telling the story, which means it must have probably happened in the first Manu's time or something. So long time back. So he says, there was a chief of the Asuras, had a chief called Mahisha, right? And then Indra. The Indra is just a position. It's not a name. So some Indra was there at that time, who was the Devas, lords. And then there was a war that was happening between the Devas and Asuras, like it keeps happening. And it lasted for like 100 plus years. And in that war, the Asuras completely vanquished the Devas because of the strength of Mahisha. And after the Devas were completely conquered, so the Asuras were generally in the Patala Loka and the lower worlds, they take up the Swarga Loka. So they now take up all of the worlds where the Devas were, and Indra and all is kicked out. So what happens is all these Devas, they all go to Brahma. This always follows the sequence. They all go to Brahma and say, oh, Brahma, what can we do? We've been kicked out right now. We are not able to fight these Asuras. So Brahma says, well, I also cannot help, So they said, let's all go to the Shiva and Vishnu. So they go to all of these gods to go to Shiva and Vishnu and tell what has happened, about how Mahisha has taken over everything. So they talk about how all these names will come. That's why I'm telling you this meaning, because when that comes, you'll get it. So it says Surya, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Chandra, Yama, Varuna, everybody. He says every single person has been kicked out, and he's taken over control of the earth, he's taken control of the lower worlds, and whatever power they have, Mahisha has taken over all of that. So essentially all of them have been kicked out. So when such a strong person is coming like Mahisha, what happens is a single person cannot go and get rid of him. He's very powerful. So what happens is when Shiva and Vishnu heard the message of the gods, they then get angry. Gods don't get angry, but here that word angry just means that they want to take some action, right? They're frustrated about what's happening. They want to take an action. So what they do is they knit their eyebrows. So when you're very angry and you look, your eyebrows kind of come together, right? So they knit their eyebrows, and from between their eyebrows, right, a radiance comes, an energy comes. So this radiance which is actually coming, from all this thing, it's going to come from all the gods as well. But initially it comes from Shiva and Vishnu. And what this is telling is the energy that Shiva has, the energy that Vishnu has, both of that is kind of getting combined. And the energy from all the gods, from Indra, Agni, Vayu, Yama, Varuna, Chandra, all from all of their bodies, certain amount of energy comes, and all of that energy coalesces into one energy source. And united from that energy, a form comes, and that form is that of a form of a goddess. So initially it was just pure energy which is coming from all of these gods, and then that energy combines, and from that it takes the form of a feminine deity. So that is that goddess who's going to come, right? This is up to the first 15 stanzas it talks, and then from the 14 to 18 it talks about that Devi has to get a form, a shape. So that shape of the Devi is going to come from each of the gods. At the end of the day, energy from everybody is creating a shape, or creating a body, or creating a form. But it talks about how from the face of the Devi comes from the energy which comes from Shiva. and so on. So when we go through the stanzas, I'll explain it. That's why I kind of said this ahead of time. So it will come from stanzas, I think 14 to 18. It says, each of the body of Devi is formed from the energy of one of these gods. So with that, the entire Devi is getting formed, right? And then what happens is, from all of these gods, the Devi is going to get different weapons. So, when it is Mahavishnu, then it is going to be Chakram, right? Sudarshan Chakram. So she's going to get a Sudarshan Chakram. So like that, from that they will explain each stanza. So when it comes, I'll tell you. So with that, the Devi is getting formed to go and fight against Mahisha, right? So that is the creation or formation of this Devi in this chapter. Om Hrim Rishiruvacha Devasuramabhut Yuddham Purnam Abdhashatam Pura Mahishe Suranam. Up to that one word, you can break at that mark. Mahishe Suranam Adipe Devanam Cha Purandare. Om Hrim Rishirhuvacha Devasuramabhut Yuddham Purnamabdashatam Pura Mahishe Suranam Adipe Devanam Cha Purandare.
Om Hrim Rishiruvacha Devasuramabhut Yuddham Purnamabdashatam Pura Mahishe Suranam Adhipe Devanancha Purandare. Om Hrim Rishiruvacha Devasuramabhut Yuddham Purnamabdashatam Pura Mahishe Suranam Adhipe Devanancha Purandare.
Om Hrim Rishiruvacha Devasiramabhudyuddham Purna Shabdasatam Pura Mahishe Surana Mathipe Devanam Cha Purandare.
Purnam Abdashatam.
Purnam Abdashatam. Okay. Om Hrim Rishiruvacha Devasiramabhudyuddham Purnam Abdashatam Pura Mahishe Surana Mathipe Devanam Cha Purandare.
Tatra Surair Mahaviryair sound Deva Sainyam Parajitam Jitva Cha Sakalan Devan, breaking at that na, Devan Indrobhun Mahishasuraha. That Indrobhun will come together. Tatra Surair Mahaviryair Deva Sainyam Parajitam Jitva Cha Sakalan Devan Indrobhun Mahishasuraha.
Tatra Surairmahaviryairdeva Sainyam Parajitam Jitva cha Sakalan Devan Indro Bhun Mahishasuraha. Tatra Surairmahaviryairdeva Sainyam Parajitam Jitva cha Sakalan Devan Indro Bhun Mahishasuraha.
Tatra Surairmahaviryair Sainyam Parajitam Jitva cha Sakalan Devan Indro Bhun Mahishasuraha. Tatra Surairmahaviryair Sainyam Parajitam Jitva cha Sakalan Devan Indro Bhun Mahishasuraha.
Tataha, put a F. Parajita Devaha, put a F. Padma Yonim Prajapatim Puraskritya Gatas Tatra Yatresha Garuda Dhvajau. Tataf Parajita Devah Padma Yonim Prajapatim Puraskritya Gatas Tatra Yatresha Garuda Dhvajau.
Tatah Parajita Deva Padmayonim Prajapatim Puraskritya Gatastatra Yatresha Garudadhvajau. Tatah Parajita Deva Padmayonim Prajapatim Puraskritya Gatastatra Yatresha Garudadhvajau.
Tatah Parajita Deva Padmayonim Prajapatim Puraskritya Gadastatra Yatresha Garudadhvajau. Tatah Parajita Deva Padmayonim Prajapatim Puraskritya Gatastatra Yatresha Garudadhvajau.
Yata Britham Tayos Tadvan in sound. Tayos Tadvan Mahishasura Cheshtitam Tridashaha, put a H sound, Tridashah, Katayamasur, Devabhibhava Vistaram. Cannot break that word too much. Devabhibhava Vistaram. Yata Vritham Tayostadvan Mahishasuracheštitam. Tridashah Katayamasur, Devabhibhava Vistaram.
यथा वृत्तं तयोस्तद्वन्महिषासुरचेष्टितं त्रिदशः कथयामासुर्देवाभिभवविस्तरम् यथा वृत्तं तयोस्तद्वन्महिषासुरचेष्टितं त्रिदशः कथयामासुर्देवाभिभवविस्तरम्
यथा वृत्तं तयोस्तद्वन् महिषासुरचेष्टितं त्रिदशाः कथयामासुर्देवाभिभवविस्तरम् यथा वृत्तं तयोस्तद्वन् महिषासुरचेष्टितं त्रिदशाः कथयामासुर्देवाभिभवविस्तरम्
Suryendragnyanilendunam. So this word, if you look at it, Surya, Indra, Agni, Anila, Indunam. Okay, so it refers to Surya, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Chandra, and all of them. So that's why you cannot break that word because the sandhi is just joined there. So Suryendragnyanilendunam, Yamasya, Varunasya cha, Anyesham, Chadikaran saha, put a is. Sadikaransas Swayamevadhi Tishtati. So he's kind of taken off the powers of all of them. Surendragnyanilendunam Yamasya Varunasya cha Anyesham Chadhikaransas Swayamevadhi Tishtati.
सूर्येन्द्राग्निलेन्दूनां नमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारांसः स्वयमेवाधितिष्ठति सूर्येन्द्राग्निलेन्दूनां यमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारांसः स्वयमेवाधितिष्ठति
सूर्येन्द्राग्निलेन्दूनां यमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारान् स्वयमेवाधितिष्ठति
Chadikaransas.
चाधिकारान्
There's a after Chadikaran, there's a saha there, right?
okay sah
Yeah.
okay
So it becomes sas. Chadikaransas.
सूर्येन्द्राग्निलेन्दूनां यमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारान् सह I don't have this in my book, that's why.
Okay, so after Chadikaran, there is a word saha, but that becomes sas because is will get added.
Okay.
So Chadikaran sas swayamevadi tishtati.
सूर्येन्द्राग्निलेन्दूनां यमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारान् स्वयमेवाधितिष्ठति सूर्येन्द्राग्निलेन्दूनां यमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारान् स्वयमेवाधितिष्ठति.
Okay, next we'll just switch halfway. Vikram can be a student and Sadhana you can be a student. Swargan in Nirakritaha, put is Nirakritas sarve tena deva gana bhuvi shorty bicharanti yata martya mahishena duratmana. Swargan nirakrita sarve tena deva gana bhuvi bicharanti yatha martya mahishena duratmana.
स्वर्गा निराकृता सर्वे तेन देवगणा भुवि विचरन्ति यथा मर्त्या महिषेण दुरात्मनां स्वर्गा निराकृता सर्वे तेन देवगणा भुवि विरचन्ति यथा मर्त्या महिषेण दुरात्मनां
Bicharanti, second line, first word.
विचरन्ति
स्वर्गान् निराकृता सर्वे तेन देवगणा भुवि विचरन्ति यथा मर्त्या महिषेण दुरात्मनां स्वर्गान् निराकृता सर्वे तेन देवगुणा भुवि विचरन्ति यथा मार्त्या महिषेन दुरात्मनाम्
First line Devagana.
देवगणा
Yeah, and then
भुवि
second line Vicharanti Yata Martya.
विच- विचरन्ति यथा मर्त्या महिषेन दुरात्मनाम्
Etat Vaha is there. Put a ich sound. Etat Vah Katitam Sarvam. I'm just breaking at that ma Sarvam middle also. Amarari Vicheshtitam. Sharanam Vaha. Put a F. Sharanam Vah. Prapannaha. Put a is. Prapannas Smo. Vadhas Tasya Vichintyatam. एतद्वः कथितं सर्वम् अमरारि विचेष्टितं शरणं वः प्रपन्नास्मो वधस्तस्य विचिन्त्यताम्
एतद्वः कथितं सर्वं मम विचेष्टितं शरणं वः प्रपन्नास्मो वधस्तस्य विचिन्त्यताम् एतद्वः कथितं सर्वं विचेष्टितं शरणं वः प्रपन्नास्मो वधस्तस्य विचिन्त्यताम्
एतद्वः कथितं सर्वम्
अमरारि
अमरारि विचेष्टितं शरणं वः प्रपन्नस्मो वदस्तस्यै विचिन्त्यताम्
प्रपन्नास्मो
प्रपन्नास्मो ना ओके प्रपन्नास्मो वदस्तस्यै विचिन्त्यताम्
विचिन्त्यताम्
विचिन्त्यताम् एतद्वा कथितं सर्वम् अमरारि विचेष्टिताम् शरणं वः प्रपन्नास्मो वदस्तस्य विचिन्त्यताम्
इत्थं निशम्य देवानां वचांसि मधुसूदनः चकार कोपं शम्भुश्च भ्रुकुटीकुटिलाननौ इत्थं निशम्य देवानां वचांसि मधुसूदनः चकार कोपं शम्भुश्च भ्रुकुटीकुटिलाननौ
इत्थं निशम्य देवानां वचांसि मधुसूदनः चकार कोपं शम्भुश्च भ्रुकुटीकुटिलाननौ इत्थं निशम्य देवानां वचांसि मधुसूदनः चकार कोपं शम्भुश्च भ्रुकुटीकुटिलाननौ
इत्थं निशम्य देवानां वाचंसि मधुसूदनः चक्रकोपं
चकार
चकार कोपं सम्भूष्य कुटिलाननौ इत्थं निशम्य
इत्थं
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 इत्थं इत्थं निशाम्य देवानां वाचंसि
मधुसूदनः
मधुसूदनः चकार कोपं सम्भूश्च कुटिलाननौ
and the vachamsi, the first line before Madhusudanah, vachamsi.
Okay.
Tatoti kopa purnasya chakrino badanat tatah nishchakrama mahat tejo brahmanaha, put ish brahmanash shankarasya cha. So from Madhusudana, from Brahma, from Shankara, from all of those, when they contorted their eyebrows, from the middle of that comes. So we also saw this, right? Initially, when Rudra comes from Brahma originally, so at that time he Bhruvor Madhye, from the middle of his eyebrows, the tamasic energy comes in the form of Rudra. That is what the same thing is happening here. From each of them, this the energy is coming out. ततोति कोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनात्ततः निश्चक्राम महत्तेजो ब्रह्मणः शङ्करस्य च
ततोऽतिकोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनात् ततः निश्चक्राम महत्तेजो ब्रह्मणः शङ्करस्य च ततोऽतिकोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनात् ततः निश्चक्राम महत्तेजो ब्रह्मणः शङ्करस्य च
ततोऽतिकोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनात् ततः निश्चक्रम महातेजो ब्रह्मणः शङ्करस्य च
Second line, first word. Nishchakrama.
निश्चक्रम ओके ततोऽतिकोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनात् ततः निश्चक्रमे महातेजो
Nishchakrama.
निश्चक्राम महातेजो शङ्करस्य च
Mahat Tejo. You're saying Mahat
ओके
Tejo.
महत् ओके
English or Tamil? Which one are you following?
I'm following English.
Okay, so you have to be careful because somewhere the A's, they just put it right. They may not put double A, single A, and all of that. So that's where that will get mixed up there. So Anyesham Chaiva Devanam Shakradinam Shariratah Nirgatam Su Mahat It Mahat Tejas Tachaikyam Samagachata. So Anyesham. So all the other gods also, from them also various energy came, and then this Aikyam, it is all getting merged. Anhesham Chaiva Devanam Shakradinam Shariratah Nirgatam Sumahat Tejas Tachaikyam Samagachata.
अन्येषां चैव देवानां शक्रादीनां शरीरतः निर्गतं सुमहत्तेजस्तच्चैक्यं समगच्छत अन्येषां चैव देवानां शक्रादीनां शरीरतः निर्गतं सुमहत्तेजस्तच्चैक्यं समगच्छत
अन्येषां चैव देवानां शक्रधीनां शरीरतः निर्गतां सुमहत्तेजस्तच्चैकं समगच्छत अन्ये
Samagachata.
समगच्छत ओके
Then first line Shakradinam. First line.
Oh yeah, Chakradinam. Okay, I put it as Shah.
Shah only, but it is Dinam, sound at the end.
Oh, okay. अन्येषां चैव देवानां चक्रधीनां शरीरतः निर्गतं सुमहत्तेजस्तच्चैक्यं गच्छतः
Then the first line again, the Shah sound. The first time you said it correct, it's Shah.
Oh, okay.
Shakradinam. Yeah.
Shakradinam. Okay.
Shakra refers to Indra. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
अन्येषां चैव देवानां शक्रादीनां शरीरतः निर्गतं सुमहत्तेजस्तच्चैक्यं समगच्छत
Ativa Tejasah. Put ih Tejasah Kutam Jwalantam Iva Parvatam Dadrushuste Suras Tatra Jwala Vyaptadi Gantaram. Cannot break that word. So you have to say the word together. Jwala Vyaptadi Gantaram. So it says when all these various energies came from all the gods and Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, when it coalesced, when it merged, it was like Ativa Parvatam. It became like a huge mountain of light. That was all, and it was all in flames. It was essentially flames. And then it was like as if there was a huge mountain of light which was shining up there, which was in the form of flames. Jwalantam. It's like a flame. अतीव तेजसः कूटं ज्वलन्तमिव पर्वतं तदृशुस्ते सुरास्तत्र ज्वालाव्याप्तदिगन्तरम्
अतीव तेजसः कूटं ज्वलन्तमिव पर्वतं ददृशुस्ते सुरास्तत्र व्याप्तदिगन्तरम् अतीव तेजसः कूटं ज्वलन्तमिव पर्वतं ददृशुस्ते सुरास्तत्र व्याप्तदिगन्तरम्
अतीव तेजस्वकुतं कुटं
Kutam.
ज्वलन्तं
Yeah. Long.
ज्वलन्तं
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. ज्वलन्तम् इव पर्वतं ददृशुष्टे सुरास्तात्र ज्वालाव्याप्त दिगन्तरम्
And the
अति
first line, like, so long kutam.
कूटम् अतीव तेजस्वकूटं ज्वलन्तम् इव पर्वतं ददृशुष्टे सुरास्तत्र ज्वालाव्याप्तदिगन्तरम्
Atulam tatra tat tejaha put is tat tejas sarva deva sharirajam ekastam tadabhun nari vyapta lokatrayam tvisha. So it then became a nari, that energy, that flame of light, which was like filling up the like a mountain. It then took the form of a female, which still had the splendor of that entire light. अतुलं तत्र तत्तेजः सर्वदेव शरीरजम् एकस्थं तदभून्नारी व्याप्तलोकत्रयं त्विषा.
अतुलं तत्र तत्तेजः सर्वदेवशरीरजम् एकस्थं तदभूनारिव्याप्तलोकत्रयं त्विषा अतुलं तत्र तत्तेजः सर्वदेवशरीरजम् एकस्थं तदभूनारिव्याप्तलोकत्रयं त्विषा
अतुलं तत्र तत्तेज शरीरजाम् एकाष्ठं ततद्भूनारि व्याप्तलोकात्रयां त्विषाम्
Again, the
अतुलं
it's getting mixed there.
व्याप्त
And the first line,
हाँ,
Sarva Deva Sharirajam.
अतुलं तत्र तत्तेज सर्वदेवा शरीरजाम्
Deva,
एक
Deva.
देव शरीरजाम् एकाष्ठं तथा भुन्नारि व्याप्तलोकत्रयां त्विषा
Multiple places you're adding an extra A anger.
Oh,
So I think the best way I think to do it in English should be, if it is a single A, just say a, don't say a.
okay.
Okay, because only when a is coming, then you put a double a. Okay, because
Okay.
you are saying Shari Rajam, Shari Rajam. Okay, first
Okay.
line. Just say that first thing again, and that 13 again.
अतुलं तत्र तत्तेज सर्वदेवा शरीरजाम्
Deva Shari Rajam.
शरीरजम् okay. अतुलं तत्र तत्तेज सर्वदेव शरीरजम् एकाष्ठं तदभुन्
Ekastam.
एकस्थं तदभुन्नारि व्याप्तलोकत्रयां त्विषा
Trayam.
त्रयं
Trayam. All of it is only one A, right? In your text, I'm just making sure. Or is it showing up as two A's by any chance?
No, it is not showing up, but there is a dot on top. There is a dash on top.
Okay. Vyapta will have that should have it, because that's
Yeah.
a double, that's a
Yeah.
A sound.
Sound.
Vyapta Loka Trayam.
Trayam. Okay, so I'll have to keep a dot at the bottom of A so that it is Trayam. It comes down.
Yeah. So you just make sure the that is a problem with English, right? Because I don't know what symbol they put there, but it'll be different anyway.
Yeah.
Yada bhuchambhavam tejaha put is tejas tena jayata tanmukham yamyena chabhavan kesha bahavo vishnu tejasa. यदभूच्छाम्भवं तेजस्तेनाजायत तन्मुखं याम्येन चाभवन् केशा बाहवो विष्णुतेजसा.
यदभुश्चाम्भवं तेजस्तेनाजायत तन्मुखं याम्येन चाभवन् केशा बाहवो विष्णुतेजसा यदभूच्छां भवं तेजस्तेनाजायत तन्मुखं याम्येन छाभवन् केशा बाहवो विष्णुतेजसा
यदा बुच्छां भवं तेजस्तेन जायत तन्मुखां याम्येन च भावन् okay, this is confused.
Kesha
केशा बहावो
Bahavo
विष्णु तेजसा यदा
Yada
यद okay यदा बुच्छां भवं तेजस्तेन जायते तन्मुखां याम्येन च भवन् केशा भावो विष्णुतेजसा
Saumyena Sthanayor Yugmam Madhyam Chaindrena Chabhavate Varunena Cha Jangoru Longu Nitambhas Tejasa Bhuvaha. So from 14 to 8, it just stays from each of the gods what part of the female body comes up. So I'll just send you a message later on WhatsApp of the 14 to 18, because each one has got like, each stanza has got like 4 things. You won't be able to remember it. Sorry, 15 or 16, which one will we doing?
15.
15.
15th.
Yep. Saumyena stanayoryugmam madhyam chaindrena cha bhavate varunena cha jangoru nitambhastejasa bhuvaha.
सौम्येन स्तनयोर्युग्मं मध्यं चैन्द्रेण चाभवत् वारुणेन च जङ्गोरुनितं बस्तेजसा भुवः सौम्येन स्तनयोर्युग्मं मध्यं चैन्द्रेण चाभवत् वारुणेन च जङ्गोरुनितं भस्तेजसा भुवः
सौम्येन स्तनयोर्युग्मं मध्यं चैन्द्रेण चाभवत् वरुणेन च जङ्घोरु नितम्बस्थेजसा भुवः
Second
सौम्ये
line la varunena.
वारु okay सौम्येन स्तनयोर्युग्मं मध्यं चैन्द्रेण चाभवेत् वारुणेन च जाङ्घोरु तेजसा भुवः
Brahmanas tejasa padau tadangulyorka. So arka. So tadangulyorka tejasa vasunam cha karangulyah. Put a ich. Karangulyah kaubherena cha nasika. In some of these words, you can pick it up. Kaubherena means kuberas. Nasika means nose. The nose came from Kubera. Tada angulya arka. Arka refers to Surya. Tada angulya means fingers. So the fingers came from Surya. So Brahmanas tejasa padav. From Brahma's tejas came the padam, the foot. Right? So anyways, each of the gods, the thing, different parts come. ब्रह्मणस्तेजसा पादौ तदङ्गुल्योऽर्कतेजसा वसूनां च कराङ्गुल्यः कौबेरेण च नासिका.
ब्रह्मणस्तेजसा पादौ तदङ्गुल्योऽर्कतेजसा वसूनां च कराङ्गुल्या कौबेरेण च नासिका
वसूनां long वसूनां.
Okay. ब्रह्मणस्तेजसा पादौ तदङ्गुल्योऽर्कतेजसा वसूनां च कराङ्गुल्या कौबेरेण च नासिका
ब्रह्मणस्तेजसा पादौ तद् अङ्गुल्यो ऊर्ध्वतेजसा वसूनां च कराङ्गुल्या कौबेरेण च नासिका
कौबेरेण.
च नासिका
Similarly, in the Vasunam, second line, first word, long U. Okay. Vasunam.
okay ब्रह्मणस्तेजसा पादौ तद् अङ्गुल्यो रक्ततेजसा वसूनां च काराङ्गुल्या कौबेरेण च नासिका.
The first line, you cannot break it like the way you did ir and ka. So it becomes tadangulyorka, one word.
तदङ्गुल्योर्क तेजसा.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tasyastu dantaha, put a is dantas, sambhutaha, put a f, sambhutah, prajapatyena tejasa, nayana tritayam jagne tatha pavaka tejasa. तस्यास्तु दन्ताः सम्भूताः प्राजापत्येन तेजसा नयनत्रितयं जज्ञे तथा पावकतेजसा.
तस्यास्तु दन्तः सम्भूतः प्राजापत्येन तेजसां नयनत्रितयं जज्ञे यथा पावकतेजसा
तथा पावकतेजसा.
तथा पावकतेजसा. तस्यास्तु दन्ताः सम्भूताः प्राजापत्येन तेजसा नयनत्रितयं जज्ञे तथा पावकतेजसा.
तस्यास्तु दन्त सम्भूतः प्रजापत्येन तेजसा नयना तृतयां जज्ञे तथा पावक तेजसा.
फर्स्ट लाइन प्राजापत्येन.
ओके. तस्यास्तु दन्ताः सम्भूतः प्राजापत्येन तेजसा नयना तृतयां जज्ञे तथा पावकतेजसा.
We'll just stop it here. Just 2 minutes left. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you, everybody. See you all next week.
Rajesh, just a quick question. In the stanza from 6 to 110, you explained Surya, Indra, Agni. Was that Nilen? Who's Nilen?
Anila. Anila.
Oh,
Anila refers to Varuna.
Oh, then
So,
at last also they are saying Varuna. Sir.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Not
Surya.
Varuna. Surya,
Okay.
Indra,
Okay.
Agni, Vayu. Anila refers to Vayu.
Oh, Anila refers
Surya,
to.
Indra, Agni, Anila, Vayu. Indu refers to Chandra, moon.
Oh,
Then
okay.
Indunam,
So it's
Yamasya,
not.
Varunasya.
Oh, it's not Dunam, it is Indunam. Okay.
Yeah, Indunam.
Okay, sir.
Anila, Indu. And the
Okay.
Indu Nam Varadhu is it just the way you do it because all these names,
Okay.
and then that's kind of like saying from them, right?
Okay.
Surya, Indra, Agni, Anila, Indu,
Mhm.
from them. So
Okay.
they just put that Indu Nam up in endla pota,
Okay.
that just means it's from all of them.
Then Yama and Varuna.
Varuna, yeah. Adik Minnadi, it comes from Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva.
Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye. Thank you, bye.
Thank you. Bye, sir.